Well, hello everyone. Welcome. Uh, so it's 10:28 right now, and I know that most of my viewers probably, hey, how's it going? Uh, so I know that most of my viewers, uh, here on YouTube are in different time zones. Like in New York right now, it's like 12:28 right now, almost 12:30 to be honest. So 30 minutes after midnight, uh, a lot of my viewers are from other parts of the world. So I'm just going by my time um, right here it's kind of pretty early. It's 11:28 in my area. Oh, what part are you in? Like in cuz right now in New York it's like 12:28, like 30 minutes after midnight. Cuz it's pretty much midnight over there. And I'm here in Denver, I think. I'm in Denver, I think here, but honestly, it's a different time zone. I'm in like Pacific Eastern time or like Eastern Standard Time to be honest, EST. So it's a different time zone for us. So it's like 10:30 right now. It's not even midnight at all at this point. But anyways, welcome guys to the stream. It is the console wars. So I I I've probably heard this like many times throughout history. The console wars. And honest to God, honestly, I'm thinking like what most people are thinking. Why does this even exist? Why does the console wars exist? And I'm kind of in the same boat as other people, even Bo Spencer, because Bo Spencer doesn't even like the console wars. I think he's like the chairman of Microsoft. Let me see. Let me see here before we start. CEO. So the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, and I know that he's had a pretty view on the console wars, and he doesn't like it at all. Of course, I don't either. But you know, I don't understand why it exists. We've been through maybe like a couple console wars at this point. I think this is the most recent one with the PS5 and what is it? The PS5, the Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch. Oh, back. Nice. So, the console wars have been going on for quite a while, and I'll be the first one to admit I'm not in any boat at all. I really like all consoles. I'm more of like a PS PlayStation guy and a Nintendo guy, but you know I like when it comes to what my favorite console is. I don't really have an opinion on it, and people I know people have opinions. That. Oh yeah, sure. Yes, of course. It does do sales, but like I said again, like yes, the console wars is what drives sales, and yes, it 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 does great for the corporations. Now, um, to me, I feel like, look, the console wars, in my opinion, I mean, it's great, but when it comes to people, when it comes to people fighting over different consoles, like, the typical fanboys that try to say that their console is superior to everybody else's, that's the part I don't like. That's the part I don't enjoy. Like that's the part I dislike, actually. Like, fanboys, like telling people like this is the better console. It was like the network wars between Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon back in the day. Oh, right, nice. But honestly, I think I heard it from like Review Tech USA. I'm gonna mention him, but I I know that Review Tech USA said this, and the bad thing about the console wars was the enormous amount of fanboys that try to say that their freaking console is better than everyone else's. So like, let's say if you like, if s- if a person came up to you and said, "Oh yeah, Sony's the greatest console. Forget about all the other consoles. My console's the best." And they try to have an argument, and they don't want to hear the other people's argument about why they're they have to hear the other person with the counter argument until as to why they picked that console and stuff like that. That's why I don't even like the console wars, because it's people like this. It's people like it's people like the fanboys that try to ruin it for everyone. It's really just that. And honestly, if people would just if this keeps if this honestly it keeps happening, it's just gonna get a lot worse. And what happened to just opinions? What happened to people just like saying like they like this console won, and then that's just it. And a console didn't win. A console is a console. And gaming is gaming. Yeah, that's something, but but I like to say. But you get it. It's something that it really bores me, and with anything popular, it's gonna happen. And like I said, console wars are going on, and with the I don't want to spread it. I mean I really would like to do my opinion on what's my preferred console, but I don't want to be the one that's like, oh yeah, this is the better console. Pick this console, and here's my reasons why it's the better console. I don't want to put that out there. I just want everybody to know that the three consoles are good in their own way. That's all I could say. Nintendo Switch, even though Nintendo Switch, in my opinion, is kind of bad in my opinion. To be honest, I gotta say Nintendo didn't really do anything at all with the Switch, honestly. And from a standpoint of a gamer, I would say that the Switch was terrible. And I feel like Nintendo did not do anything great with it, and just the way that we just the way that Nintendo handles stuff is terrible too. And I'm not talking about their software. The software is pretty much, it is going on for them. And I get it. I get it. Nintendo has really good software, but when it comes to their business practices, it just doesn't click with me. And the Nintendo Switch Online service is terrible, and just I feel that way, and it's constant with them. Now, when it comes to the PS5, PS5, I gotta say it's pretty good actually. It's really good, and it's got really good features, so I could say, and it's got really good games on it. I would say all the triple A titles that it's come out with, and it's something that I'm really am impressed about, and yeah, the NSO. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say my mother is still paying for it, of course. Well, that Nintendo likes to nickel and dime that. They forgot the customer, which is sad. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's pretty sad. And yeah, yeah, Nintendo has forgot the customer. Sad but true. And honestly, I couldn't say more. And I that's something that Nintendo has to fix, in my opinion. And then when it comes to the PS5, I told you my thoughts about it, and it's good in my own right. The Steam Deck. Oh my gosh, I haven't I've heard of the Steam Deck, but I haven't formed a pretty good opinion on it to where I can speak about it. Honestly, I don't even own the thing, and um honestly, I haven't seen too many videos about it. So I can't really tell you at all what I think of the Steam Deck. I'm sure it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to not say that it's not good. I'm not even trying to say it's it's good or bad. I'm trying to say that it's good. Yeah, I'm trying to say that I don't really have an opinion on it. The Steam Deck is a really good emulator. Nice. This Oh my gosh, I want to ask this question. Does what does the Steam Deck emulate, to be honest? What does the Steam Deck emulate? I gotta know. I really gotta know what the Steam Deck does emulate. Cause, from what you told me, the Steam Deck is an emulator. But I wonder what but I gotta wonder what games does the Steam Deck emulate? Like, does it emulate like PS1 games, or like anything pertaining to Nintendo? Something I don't really know. Oh, pretty much any console from any generation. Wow. I never. It must be a pretty good. It must be a pretty good contender, because it could emulate pretty much any console from any generation. Wow. Ooh. Okay. So it's a console and an emulator. But my goodness, that sounds pretty interesting. A console, but it is an emulator. So that's quite interesting. A small PC. Oh wow. Nice, nice. That's pretty good. I mean, it's it's pretty good. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it, but but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Honestly, I would say that would be pretty interesting to look at. If I could get my hands on one of those, I would be very happy and content about it. But that won't be happening anytime soon, though. Sad but true. But honestly, it is pretty interesting from what you guys have told me, and I really would enjoy the Steam Deck if I ever really got to play it for myself. It would be pretty good to be honest. From any generation, yeah, it's really interesting, real interesting, and Xbox is its own thing with Xbox Live. Xbox Live has been there for years, and it kind of like in back in like the eighth generation, I think eighth generation, I should say. Um, they started to kind of oh, nice, nice, a pretty powerful emulator. Hmm, good to know. Hmm. I wonder if you can send me the link to the emulator. Course, of course. I would. Yeah, of course. Just send the link to the channel who's done the who's shown the Steam Deck emulation. Honestly, I would like to check that out. Yeah, it would be pretty interesting to see what I can get some information on on this console slash emulator. Like I said, DRM, Xbox went with the DRM crap, and you know, I don't know what really happened with the Xbox One, but people did not really enjoy it. I think since it was like a really bad console, I would assume not like a really bad console. It's a really good console, but like people started to hate it when they announced it when they announced like the DRM, and you had to make I think you had to have like an internet connection for it to work. It was something super weird, and Microsoft has never done that before, and with that it's just really weird. So it's pretty much just you know I mean I really do think Microsoft did really well with the Series X. I don't like I know most people did. I know like Microsoft did really well with the Series X, even though most people don't. I you guys have told me that most of you don't own the. And yes, playlists are different consoles such as PS1, 2, and Xbox One, all that. Xbox, all that. Wow, nice, nice. That's pretty cool. The Steam Deck is pretty cool. It sounds interesting. It really sounds pretty interesting. It sounds pretty interesting. Because honestly, the PS1 to maybe all generations of consoles, it's pretty amazing what technology can do, and especially with the Steam Deck, with how it can emulate with pretty much every any other console. It can emulate any console from any generation. It's pretty amazing what technology has done. It's really that amazing, and I like to think that it has evolved, and You know, uh, you know, this type of technology, I don't think it's ever been heard of ever since then. I don't know if there's like another emulator out there that is like it, but I honestly I think this is like the first emulator to like honestly like show its true potential. Stream is kind of a one of a kind, of course. With everything it has to offer with connecting each console to with this like with every console with every generation on the Steam Deck, it's good in its own right. Metal Gear Solid on the PS1 was a game changer for me. Nice. Nice. It's pretty good, honestly. I have to say, it's pretty good. Um, you know, something that I don't really that something that it really gets me is just it's just mm, I hear Metal Gear Solid's pretty good too, so must have been a really good game. I haven't owned the game. I haven't owned any game of it yet, but I hear it's pretty good. I enjoy playing a sim in Smash, but I believe Metal Gear is a pretty good game. Yeah, it's something. Playing like a spy movie. Oh my goodness. Gosh. You know, these games, I would say it's come a long way, and with what you said, it like graphics and cutscenes. It's like playing a movie. It's like a full feature movie, to be honest. Mm. Did you play the later ones? They look fantastic. Mm. Yeah. Nice. 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 You don't like the one for the PS4? Wow. Was it too graphical, that one? I gotta know. Like, was that one too graphical, or did it suffer from something else? Like, do you like arcades? Well, I'll be honest. Yes, I do. I do. And you know, I I wasn't around in the arcade age, but you gotta admit that the arcades are pretty good. And they are time wasters, and some of these games can be pretty good, honestly. And Donkey Kong. I think one of the Super Mario Bros. Games came on the arcades. Even Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a really good one for arcades. Like there's like a couple like I went to Dave and Buster's or uh like that Circus in Las Vegas, and they have like a Pac-Man arcade thing, like like an arcade cabinet of that. Oh, COD, COD that game it hasn't even been that good in years. The only reason why it's been really why it's the reason why it's just doing that. The reason why COD is played so much is because it's the same damn thing. And it's the same thing that, it's the same thing that, is the same thing every year. It's same thing with with what's that sports game that comes out every year? Madden. Yeah, Madden. Yeah, Madden is like the one. Yeah, I haven't played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at Chuck E. Cheese. I think Chuck E. Cheese cause closed down at that point, maybe because they went bankrupt, I believe. Oh yeah, it lost every aspect of it, and with Activision releasing it every year, it's sort of become kind of repetitive. It's sort of become quite repetitive, and with COD just releasing every year, like they got like a few games now, and I'll check for you what how many COD games there are. So let's see. Call of Duty. Oh God. In um 2003. 2003. So 2023. Let's see. Let me let me see where we get here. 2023. Or actually, I'm gonna do 2022 minus 2003. 19 years at this point. So almost 20 years Call of Duty has been out. So you could say that it's lost its its traction since then. Yeah. Takes the fun out of play at this point. So yeah, Call of Duty has just lost its charm. Same with Madden. Yeah, why pay more on a game you just bought? Like people like to say that they want to get these games like every year. Like, are you kidding me? Like what is so different? Like, let's say if I was wanting to buy like Madden 9 and I wanted Madden 10 the next year. What is so different about Madden 9 to 10? Like, what's the difference? It's just the same game with no real improvement, no real changes. It's it's something that, it's something that it's not really changing. So why pay more on a game that you buy? You know, why pay more for a game that yeah. I pity the fool that buys Madden every year. That's just the truth. Yes, you pity the fool that buys it every year. Same with Call of Duty. Same with Call of Duty. And you know, that goes for every game that comes out every single damn year. You know, Need for Speed. Need for Speed probably suffers from this too. I would probably say Need for Speed probably suffers from this. Games in order. Okay, let's see. Actually, no, because people like to speculate. I don't. I probably am wrong. I'm probably wrong that Need for Speed comes out every year, but you get my point. Like these games, like these block, like these games cannot come out every year. It's just a fact, and it's just a fact, and and it's just I feel like every year feels like too much. And with COD and Madden doing the same damn thing with each of them, it just doesn't do it anymore. And you know, FIFA, you know, FIFA as well. Developers don't put any effort into campaign mode anymore. It's sad. Yeah, you know, they release these games every year, so you know developers don't really put any effort in since they get like a couple months cycle, like a couple months development cycle to do everything. And these publishers like Activision, you know, EA wants to release these games like in a month or a month or a year's notice, and you know that'll make him the big bucks you know since you know that is the games that will generate like frequent sales, unfortunately. That will frequent big sales, unfortunately. It's like big sales. Unfortunately. That's how it is. And you know, that's just the unfortunate thing about it. And you know, I don't understand what's going on with publishers rushing their developers to get these games like every single year. What's the point when you're gonna just milk the game that you already just produced like a year ago, and you're just gonna release it again with no real changes? Like, what's the point of doing that? Like, is that really necessary? Like to stress, like the publisher to stress the heck out of the developers to not really put any care into campaign mode anymore, like into campaign mode or any of these other modes that really would probably need working on. And you know that's something that really needs to work out. And you know a lot of these corporations deal with the same de- with- they do not deal with the same thing, but you get my point. There's like a ripple effect where these like publishers like Nintendo like um or like Sony has to rush out a game is to rush out a game, you know, like for the sake of it. Like has to rush a game for the sake of it. To coincide. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it, you know. I get the game has like the games are based on real life, like baseball, football, and basketball. But you have to be kidding me, like like we can't just release these games and call it a day. You have to put even more time into it, because that's the point that I'm trying to get here. Like like can like they not just continue the work that they've been going on and wait until like another year or two, like 2 years, maybe 3 years to release the game? Because they can't just keep releasing these games every single damn season, like baseball, football, or basketball. Like they can't just release these games every couple months. That's the that that's how it goes, and people are gonna start getting tired of it. And that's the thing about it. Like people are gonna start to get sick of it. That's why some of these games are jokes and full of glitches that many people are noticing and don't buy the following year. Yeah, because these games are full of bugs, glitches that these developers or publishers seem to sweep under the rug and to call it a day and make their big money like it's no tomorrow. Another sad part is that they aren't rushing them to please themselves. They are huge corporations beating on publishers' necks, wanting these games done. Yeah, cause, cause I get it. Like yeah, the company, the head honchos of the company are the ones that are like, oh, okay. So here's the game. You gotta put it here in like the next few months, rush it out, and call it a day. That's how it goes, and I feel sorry for these developers that want to put in some work, that want to put in the work to actually get these games out and to get an experience that is mind blowing and a year or a couple months time is not enough. It's really not enough. And to be honest, if I'm gonna be frankly honest, like yeah, yeah, with TV, yeah, even I think yeah, regular show got 9 months per episode. Yeah, I think Steven Universe got like a year or two. Yeah, I know. This short amount of time expected for these games is insane low. Tell me about it. Like, like it's not. We're not like us as gamers need to say something. Need to say something to these publishers, corporations. We need to say something. Stand for these. Yeah, that's saying that's a short amount of time. Like we as gamers need to say something, and it's just so it's just so infuriating that we get these games unfinished. We get these games rushed out, and it's just so bad. And anytime like a game comes out, I've expected better, and with the Switch, I saw the announcement of like Mario Strikers Battle League. That one was a big mess because Nintendo rushed it out quick as hell, and with Call of Duty they rushed that out as hell, and with GTA the trilogy, uh GTA the trilogy definitive edition. Yeah, it's the fanboys that eat this up. Like it's the literal fanboys that keep going to these every single year. Like it's the stupid fanboys um that they essentially vote for one console like Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, and it's just it's just they won't understand. Like they won't understand that buying these games every year is just going to make these corporations notice that they won't put in the work. Like they won't let their developers put in the actual work to make a good enough experience for us gamers. Like that's what the fanboys are doing. That's what these group of people are doing. And I'm not saying that for every gamer. There's gamers out there that are very good. And you guys as well are very like are very good when it comes to saying your opinions on the gaming industry. You guys are good when it comes to that. But these fanboys, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like are we just in a world where we think that every corporation that kiss we need to kiss the corporation's bottom, and we have to say like, oh yeah, like we see this rush game, but we're not gonna do anything about it because we like these games to be out every year. Like, no, that's not what I expect. That's not what we expect. And us as gamers don't need to expect that either. Like make an experience that's good enough. Like, that's all I ask. And that's all we ask as gamers. Like we need to start putting our foot down when it comes to this. And these fanboys like try to justify this, and it's sad, really. It's real sad, really. And these games that come out every year, I gotta say, it's terrible. It's real terrible. It really is terrible. I gotta admit, it really is terrible. There was this thing on Roblox where this girl got fired from the game she was developing, all because she was taking care of her sick father or something like that. Really, really, and and just and just because this girl got fired because she was taking care of her sick father. What kind of world are we living in where 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 these corporations or any other job likes to make their employees work to the bone and make themselves like real bad, real sick, to the point where they where they abandon the health of themselves. The health of themselves, like that, that's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Like we as like we as people, we need a rest. And these publishers like to think that these developers can work long hours. It's just not like that. It's just not like that. And that's why these games are pumped out every year. And we and we see them, and we see them go to success, because that's that. Another story coming out of Roblox is one of the studio's developers stayed up for a week straight in order to release the update in time. Good God. For a week straight. Jesus. That's It's pretty extreme to be honest with you. Yes, no sleep in the slightest. Jeez, man. Like, are you like like I could see like a couple hours of no sleep, but seriously, no sleep at all. At this point, like 7 days like the ring, except much more exhausting. Correct. Correct. Honest to God, what is up with corporations doing this? Like I don't understand. Like what is up with corporations doing this? Like I don't understand what what can make these corporations behave like this to their developers. And it's a big problem that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, because it needs to be dealt with. And these like like who who in their right mind wants to stay up for 7 hours straight, like a week straight? Yeah, they seem to not care. They seem to really not care. And honestly, saying this is is every corporation like this? Is every corporation like this? I gotta know, is like every corporation like this? To the point where they just exhaust their employees. Like, is every company like this? Like, I'm curious to find out. Like, is is every company like this? Like, I don't understand. Like, is every company like this at this point? All of them. Yeah, yeah. Konami. Yeah, I would say Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, even to an extent, probably. A lot of these corporations have lost their morals, and that I could say the same thing about their freaking products. The products are good, but you know when it comes to their it's something, you know. Yeah, self-starting corporations know how to treat employees, you know. Yeah, it's quite a big difference. I just don't understand what's with the world and thinking that this is okay. I don't understand what's with the world, what's with these, what's with the gaming industry thinking that this is okay to do. Like this is okay to do. It's not okay. It's not okay to do. It's really not okay to do. And you know, all in all, what these corporations are gonna realize, and I'm gonna say this blunt and honest, like we're gonna have a gaming industry that is gonna lose everything. Like we're gonna have these, we're gonna have the gaming industry going to a crisis if if corporations keep doing this, like like with their employees, with their games. It's a big issue, a real big issue at most. It's a really big issue. I I don't know how much I can say this. Like it's wrong. It's really wrong. And you know, with everything, it's just terrible. This point, I don't even know. At this point, I just don't know what's gonna happen to the industry. At this point, we'll be somewhere in the next 10 years. We'll be in a bad place. Good night. Mm, Good night. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're gonna be. I hope you have good sleep tonight. Goodbye. Goodbye, Smoke. I know it's sports games, they get no breaks because they are producing them while they're in the middle of making content for the other game. That is crazy, of course. And I said here in the chat, like, at this point, the gaming industry will be in a bad place in the next 10 or so years if the gaming industry keeps doing what it's doing. Because I'm going to be frankly honest, with what's going on so far in the gaming industry, I'm not gonna be surprised in maybe about 10 years or so. It's gonna go down here from here. I, I'm just pointing it out there. I'm just pointing it out there. Like at this point, the industry is gonna go downhill. So it's just I really am kind of worried, and most gamers should be worried about this. Like this is not good for anything. Yeah, it's all they have, but at the same time, they need a life. They need a life outside of of the office. They need a life outside, like like just like just sitting in a just sitting in a cubicle at a computer screen for like maybe 8 hours a day. Like, like yeah, yeah, it's all they have. These, but like they need to have a life outside of it. And these publishers are to blame, are really to blame, and it's just so bad to be honest with you. And you know I could say pretty much a lot of things about it. So, that's just my opinion. And, I would really like to talk about this more, in a community post or on Twitter. Because, I have a Twitter. I can link you guys to Twitter if you guys want to. Cause I have a Twitter right now. I'm starting to get active on there. So, um, I will go ahead and like I will go ahead and point and get my Twitter here. Okay. So for anyone who wants to follow, so follow me for updates and stuff. Yeah, the safest option is for them to be making their own game. At this point, that's what they all need. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty sad to be honest with you. It's real sad, and I really do feel bad because it's not the developer's fault, and I just, I just don't know if they, if corporations know that this can do really big harm. That's just the extent. It's just the real big extent of it. And, it's something I really, that I really think should be discussed more when it comes to the gaming industry. And we really need to buckle down on this. But I know probably the corporations probably wanna seem that they wanna they wanna cover up their tracks, and they wanna shut their ears off because they don't wanna hear what they need to hear, because they wanna be just like la la la. I don't hear sales, I don't hear numbers and stuff. You know, that's how I feel. Like that's the gaming industry as a whole. Honestly, like they have their ears so up like this, like they can't hear it, and they they only want to hear what they like to hear. You know, that's something about it. That's really, it's really something that I really gripes me. Oh, oh my god, I'm forgetting. I'm gonna forget to do this. I really am gonna forget to do this, but I'm going to do this right now because I want to show you guys what's been going on here, and I'll be getting the screen capture out for a little bit, but going to go to my display capture here. Okay, that's a little bit too small. And let's see. Let me get my video capture device here. And okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna forget this in a time, um but I just reminded myself. So, um I know you've been hearing quite a bit about the Banjo Kazooie review. I want to show you guys what's been going on behind the scenes when I did this. So it's been it's complete. It's really just complete. It took me long to get this review out. I'll tell you why, cause um I'll be frankly honest. I had some days where I was pretty busy with college, cause now I'm like in my third week of college now, cause I go to college like every Tuesday from 9 to 12 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I go every Tuesday at that point. So I really haven't had time to really do anything with the channel, but this is how it's looking very good so far. Um, I really am really kind of impressed with how it turned out, with everything that it's gone through at this point. So I really am kind of excited to show this off. I think I did really good work on this. I'm very proud of it actually. So, but the video will be out. Um, yeah, I was in college. Yeah, I was in college actually. Yeah, I'm attending the spring semester. It's gonna go for like 10 weeks. So after those 10 weeks, I should be relatively be doing consistent uploads probably. So I mean, I still will be doing uploads here and there. So you know, yeah, I am in college, and the college I attend to. Yeah, I did. I did enjoy Banjo Kazooie. I did enjoy Banjo Kazooie because that game has such a charm, and I enjoyed reviewing it. At this point in time, that I enjoyed reviewing it. I did a lot of research considering that this was one of the reviews that I took a lot of time and effort to do, and I think it really paid off. So honestly, I'm excited. It's been a work in progress, but now you guys get to see the product. You guys get to see the final product tomorrow, and I'm thinking of releasing this video at around 11 11 or 11:30 a.m. like around 12 hours from now. So that will be the time where I will be releasing this. So I did have a fun time. I did have a fun time getting Banjo Kazooie out, and the review was good as well. I like Banjo Kazooie. It's really just an interesting game if you think about it. It's really just one of those games that makes you think that it's not like any other 3D platformer. I mean, it is a 3D platformer. It has the traditional 3D platformer, but it did so many things differently. So that's something. But I really enjoyed it. So that was great. So that review will be up in no time. That will be up at 11 or 11:30 a.m. depending on how I do. So, but it will be a premiere. It will be a premiere. Expect that. Expect that around that time. Um, but most importantly, I would like to thank Mario fan Alex 445 for suggesting this idea, and most importantly, thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart to honestly do this review. And without your input, I wouldn't be doing this review. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so just to mention you, man, thanks for the suggestion, and I'll do your other suggestion. Your third suggestion was what is it? Uh, Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. Yeah, I will do that review for you as well. Yeah, I'll be in chat during premiere, of course. Yeah, of course. I'll be counting on you, man. I'll be counting on you, cause man, it's gonna be real exciting. But um, yeah, that's what you can expect from me. And if you have not checked out my posts or anything else, yeah, yeah, thank you very much. And if you guys haven't checked out my community posts yet, then go ahead and do so. And also follow me on Twitter if you haven't, if you have not, because honestly, I'll be posting updates on there. I'll be more consistent on Twitter because um that is the one place that I'll be doing these things. So um like the last few posts, like like this one, a quick reminder, and then I have the little video where I have a little thing here, and the and the and the recording of it, and then my progress so far for the editing. It took a lot of work, so I really enjoyed it. So that's great. Um, but anyways, I'll be getting off here soon. Oh yeah, thank you very much. So that's great. Let's see. All right, all right. So I'll be done. So all right. I'll be done here, and yeah, okay. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for things like this. So um I'll see you guys at 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., whenever the time comes. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. And I'll say goodbye here on the chat.